Just the last half hour, we have learned Charlotte Hornets star Miles Bridges turned himself into law enforcement in Lincoln County early this morning. Take a look. This is his mugshot. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says Bridges has since been released on a $1,000 bond.
Being an NBA player is a gift and a curse. It's a gift because you get to entertain fans across the globe and earn millions of dollars on the way. And a curse because, well, not everyone is built to handle that kind of fame and money. And they're often embroiled in controversies that basically derail their career, if not completely destroy it. One such infamous example in front of us for the latter is currently a Charlotte Hornets star whose reputation has taken a catastrophic hit after a shocking series of events which features an arrest, an alleged assault, a criminal summons issued, an eventual surrender, and a breathtaking amount of uncertainty over his return and eventual acceptance into the NBA. And that person is Miles Bridges, who is under the scanner for today's video as we take a look at his odd case, its timelines, and speculate about his future. So stick around with us till the end of this video. It all started with an incident that was reported on June 29, 2022. When coming off of his personal best season, Miles Bridges was arrested in LA when it was reported that he had allegedly assaulted his then-partner Michelle Johnson in front of their 2 children. Shockingly enough, Michelle Johnson actually put out pictures of her bruised face on Instagram for the world to see with a strikingly emotional caption. The now-deleted post read, "I've allowed someone to destroy my home, abuse me in every way possible, and traumatize our kids for life. I won't allow the people around him to continue to silence me and continue to lie to protect this person. It's unethical, it's immoral, it's truly sick. A fractured nose, wrist, torn eardrum, torn muscles in my neck from being choked until I went to sleep, and a severe concussion. I don't need sympathy. I just don't want this happening to anyone else. I just want this person to get help. My kids deserve better. That's all I want." It also included the alleged medical diagnosis of the injuries, which were perhaps used by Michelle Johnson to add more credibility to the allegations. The report clearly read, "Adult victim of physical abuse by male partner, assault by strangulation, brain concussion, closed fracture of nasal bone, contusion of rib, multiple bruises, strain of neck muscle." The incident was then followed by Miles Bridges being released after posting a bond of $130,000. And then he was formally charged with 1 felony count of causing harm to a parent of a child and 2 felony counts of child abuse. On July 19, 2022, Bridges pleaded not guilty to all the charges on an arraignment the next day. And surprise, surprise, the Charlotte Hornets declined to make a comment in a very tactfully worded press release. It's funny how organizations really act spineless at times where they're even scared to condemn allegations around such dangerous acts, despite the fact that they're contested. Moving on. About 4 months later, on November 4, 2022, Miles Bridges changed his plea to no contest for the felony charge of injuring a child's parent. He was sentenced to 3 years of probation and luckily avoided jail time on those charges. Within that 3-year period, his sentence also carried other guidelines which required fulfillment on his part. Bridges, 24, will be required to complete 52 weeks of domestic violence counseling and 52 weeks of parenting classes, serve 100 hours of community service, and undergo weekly narcotics testing with marijuana allowed only if there's a valid doctor's prescription. He cannot own any guns, ammunition, or any weapons. He was also ordered to abide by the terms of a 10-year protective order, staying 100 yards away from and having no contact with Johnson. But just when you think it's about to get better and Miles Bridges may have learned his lesson, it gets worse. And just how worse? Well, let's just say the protective order didn't really protect anyone. But before we get to giving you further shocking details of this case, do drop a like on this video if you appreciate our coverage of the NBA, and let us know in the comments section if you think Miles Bridges' punishment was a soft one. Stick around till the end of the video because you might even end up changing your mind. Moving further into the timeline, we come to April 2023, when it was decided by the NBA to issue a 30-game suspension for him without pay, crediting 20 of those games to him anyway, as he had been a restricted free agent at the time. Shortly after, Bridges signed a $7.9 million qualifying offer from Charlotte Hornets, proving once again that despite being a less than exemplary human being, you get rewarded with $1 million contract. It was after this contract signing that we didn't hear much about Bridges, until a few days ago when it was reported on October 11, 2023, that Bridges had reportedly violated the protective order issued against him earlier, and as per CBS, he allegedly threatened his former girlfriend and damaged her car while their children were in the car. Bridges allegedly threw pool balls at the car, smashing the windshield and denting the windows. His current girlfriend allegedly kicked the car. This is exactly what we meant when we said that Miles clearly didn't learn his lesson, as it was reported that this allegedly traumatizing incident happened while his kids were inside the car with his former partner, Michelle Johnson. And the incident took another plot twist when Bridges, as per the same CBS article, turned himself in, appeared before a judge in Lincoln County, a suburb of Charlotte, and was released on a bond of $1,000. And with a court summons issued against him, a sentence issued already, added to the violation of the protection order, safe to say Bridges is having a run of exceptionally well thought out decisions as a 25-year-old. The sad part is that amid all of this, the Charlotte Hornets organization has mostly kept quiet, not making any statements which offers some kind of insight into how they might treat these grave allegations and the string of charges against Miles Bridges. And even though fans have taken it to social media to express their thoughts against him, it remains to be seen how this matter is being dealt with on an organizational level, because rewarding a player after assault allegations really doesn't bode well for anyone. We've seen plenty of incidents where players generally walk away scot-free, including in some really high-profile cases like that of Kobe Bryant's. But in 2023, the precedent should at least be strong enough that the league not only deems it worthy to hand out a suspension, but refrain itself from promoting players who tend to get in trouble with the law for offenses like this one. And keeping that aside, while it does look like law enforcement authorities might hand a potential jail sentence for Bridges after the court summons was issued and once this case is heard, the sheer silence around this issue from fellow players, sports analysts, and NBA officials is a telling statement on its own. Now, while this 25-year-old may have been expected to make a comeback in the upcoming season to help his down-on-its-luck team on the floor, the off-court problems he's created are far more damaging than that. What still remains to be seen is whether people actually, and we mean really famous people like sports analysts and team owners and players, actually even address this issue and condemn it, and how the league takes an action once the court proceedings culminate. Until then, we're still here waiting for the time when assault allegations and violence against women is not taken lightly in sports, and hoping that justice is served to those affected by this. And on that note, we've finally come to the end of this video. We hope you liked our coverage, so drop in a like and hit that subscribe button to join our growing community. And let us know in the comments section what you feel about Miles Bridges' case, and should the Charlotte Hornets reinstate him as if nothing happened? And how does this bode overall as an example to players all across the league? Lots of questions, lots of opinions as we continue to cover this issue, and we will see you in the next one.